What is going on? Welcome to Truth Wizard, or welcome back to Truth Wizard. Always good to have you. It's always great to be here. Thank you so much for joining today's show. We're going to have a look at a variety of clips. A couple of them are a little bit spooky, a little bit are dashing into the conspiracy realm, and one is just for fun. Do you remember the guy, not just an ordinary guy, the Italian guy raging over the moon landing being fake? If you remember, then you still probably want to stick around and watch. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's hilarious. Stick around and watch. It's going to be a good show today. We're going to have a good time. It's going to be a lot of fun. Do me a favor. Smash that. Oh my God. What did I just say? Smash that black. Stupid. Do me a favor. Smash that like button. More importantly, hit the subscribe button, please. And thank you very much. If you're not subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. I can promise you one thing, though. If you are not subscribed, you are only hurting yourself more than you're hurting me. And that's a lie. That's actually hurting me a lot. I need you to subscribe, please, and thank you. So hit the like, hit the subscribe button. I want to zip it up. We're going to get into it. All right, let's go.
If you constantly have dreams in the same location over and over again, that is likely not actually a dream. So, during our sleep time, which a lot of people think is dreaming, we actually will astral travel and our soul will go into different areas of the universe, different planets, different dimensions, and either go to school, perform missions, or maybe go back to places that we used to live and just hang out. So, a lot of times, the places that you continuously visit will either be places where you've had lives and have lived before. So, that means different planets. Maybe if they were Earth lives, you're constantly in this like one pub in England and you can't get out of it. That could have been your regular in another lifetime. I also have a friend, King Cash. He was on my podcast for an astral travel episode, and he said he literally astral travels to a specific planet all the time because that's where he goes to just think and gain clarity and meditate and like vibe out when he's feeling like there's a lot going on. So, if you continuously see the same location over and over again, try and write down all of the traits, describe what it is, and remember. And then when you're meditating, try and call on that location, call on your guides, and see if you can access what that place actually is and what its connection is to you.
Do you travel to places when you dream specifically, or do you go to reoccurring places? I go through spells of remembering dreams and having very, very vivid dreams. And I've noticed that when I have very vivid dreams, I wake up very tired. Maybe it's because my ass is busy traveling places and I'm not getting the sleep that I really need. I don't know, man, but that's a thing. Also, I've noticed too that there's not consistently, but I have been able to many times in the past. I'll be having a dream and then I'll wake up, right? And I'll go get water, go to the bathroom, whatever. Or I'll just wake up and I'm rolling over, I'm shifting, I'm getting comfortable, and I will think about that dream as I'm falling back asleep, and I can like reinsert myself right back in the dream, right where I left off. Are you able to do that? Have you done that before? Again, let me know. Do you believe we can even travel? Do you believe that is us, our souls actually traveling, or do you think it's just the dream? What's your take on this? So very quickly, this is several years old. I've seen this video and I never quite understood why this was filmed. Do you know why this was filmed at all? Like people are coming out of I don't know what the hell this building is. Could be a bus station, could be some type of a workplace, a college, something, and they are clearly used to walking out and turning that corner only to have it blocked off. I'm not sure this is a glitch in the matrix, but let's have a look again anyway, shall we? Why did he walk so much farther than everybody else? Like, why did he have to walk all the way up to the barrier to be like, oh, I have to turn around now? That's weird. That's weirdo activity. That's that NPC shit right there, man. Look at this guy. He's the only guy that did that. You couldn't see that from 5 steps back. I don't know. Maybe he's got bad eyesight. Maybe the dude is legally blind, forgot his glasses, and also, dropped the contact down the drain and he was out of those tubes. I don't know. Maybe that's a possibility. That's odd though. That alone makes the video worth it for me. If you can enlighten me into maybe what this guy was doing, by all means, fire away. Before I roll this clip about 6G, I am starting to see a few things online, and some of this happened organically, and now I've sought out a little more information on my own about 6G. But I gotta be honest, man, like I just don't know. Like I cannot jump on this wagon of conspiracy and fear, like I don't see what 5G did. And I ask this a lot, but what am I missing? I saw a lot of videos. A lot of these videos were pushing conspiracies about 5G. It was supposed to do this. It was supposed to do that. It could activate certain things in your DNA. The old jab people were getting. It was supposed to be able to manipulate your DNA once you took the jab, and you were able to, now be under some kind of spell and control. And don't get me wrong, man, people are a bit off. Things are a little more wacky than what they used to be. I just don't know that we can for sure link that back to 5G and little metallic nanobots in your body or something. I just don't think there's enough evidence for me. And as always, I will say, seriously, please comment, point me in a direction, drop me a link in a comment of something I should watch that might change my mind, or it's at least some type of good evidence. Anyway, I'm going to zip it up. Let's get into this and let's hear this man out here, okay?
And now, without addressing one single of those concerns, they're preparing to unleash something far more powerful, far more invasive, and potentially far more dangerous: 6G. So here today, I wanted to break down exactly what this technology is, how it works, why governments and corporations are racing to deploy it right now, and why, once again, experts and scientists are sounding the alarm about its risks, from cybersecurity to surveillance to national security to human health. Like, across the board, they're criticizing this. Because once you understand what 6G actually does, you'll understand why this isn't just like another tech upgrade, like some guy up on a tower just like up.
Here is my only problem. It never is. None of the technology is ever just the technology. Like, per the people is the point. When smartphones came out, there was backlash. We heard and saw, well, some of us did. Some of y'all were, depending on your age, you had no idea. You didn't care. You were very young. But there were conspiracies. There were these same conversations talking about smartphones. Man, they're going to be spying on you, man. It's a doorway for the gut. We already, like, it never is. And while they are spying on you and they are harvesting data and doing things, arguably, I'm going to play devil's advocate here, okay? Yes, it's happening, but with that happening, it's also not preventing you from living your life. You know what I mean? Like, it's really not. I know that's not fun, That doesn't bring the fear. It doesn't bring any of the good stuff that keeps you coming back for more. But that's the reality. That's the truth. Gathering data, harvesting your data, showing you all these ads has not stopped people from living their lives. And there's a lot of people that are doing very well in life, and they're thriving. So you'd have a hard time selling them on the government spying on them via their smartphone has kept them, at low middle class to poverty level in life. You know what I'm saying? So like this is where the lines for me get blurred, because like what's the end game of talking about this technology? What am I supposed to be looking out for now? And I believe a lot of shit is not the way that they have taught and say that it is. But unfortunately, it is also true that not everything is a conspiracy, but also, even if it kind of is, there are certain things that we cannot focus much on, and it does you no good in life to be that fearful and to work yourself up to have so much fear and anxiety when it's something that really is not going to control you like most people think initially. Does that make sense?
Creating a transformer. It will be a transformation of human life and possibly a threat to it, in the very same way that mRNA vaccines changed millions of lives. So what is 6G exactly? So let's start with some of the basics. 6G is the sixth generation of the cellular network technology, the thing that's supposed to replace 5G. Of course, that's the obvious part. But unlike previous upgrades, the jump from 5G to 6G is actually massive. 6G will operate on frequencies far higher than anything used today. It's extremely tight. It's like laser-like beams of energy that can deliver unimaginable data speeds, near zero latency. Now, I've spoken to sources who've worked for these companies, and they've told me their business plan is to basically eliminate your need for Wi-Fi in your home. Like, you won't need to call up Comcast. You won't need to call up any other providers because 6G will just be all around you. Why would you pay for Comcast? It's going to be super fast, so no need to get Xfinity in your home. No need to have a router in your home. That's the plan. I've seen the documents, and I've talked to the techs who are actually building this out.
Okay, so that seems like a positive if you ask me. If you don't need a router in your house, I've seen a lot of negative things about routers and the beams and waves coming out of your router in your home on top of what your phone's emitting. So if we're reducing something by one here, sounds good. It doesn't look all terrible, but let him finish.
So here's the major difference, though, between 5G and 6G. 6G will be AI native, of course. So everything's AI, right? Artificial intelligence won't be just an add-on. It will be built into the network at every level. The system will make real-time decisions. It'll reroute traffic. It'll identify patterns. And by the way, it'll self-heal itself without a single human being even being involved in it.
Okay.
Skynet, I guess, right? So this network becomes autonomous. So in other words, this is the first time in history that we are creating a communication system that actually thinks for itself and heals itself. So how does this 6G actually work? Well, let's break this down. 5G runs mostly on sub-G 6 gigahertz and some millimeter wave frequencies. 6G leaps into the terahertz spectrum, roughly 100 times faster than 5G. But those frequencies can't travel far. They get blocked by like cement walls and trees. Even humidity blocks it. Good luck, Florida. So how do you actually blanket an entire country or the entire planet with something that, and now without addressing one?
Of course, the clip's going to cut right there. All right, so now I have to go find more of this or find a second part of this clip. So he's alluding to the beams for 6G. Now we've got to have some kind of tech stepping up, or now we're going to have some ultra powerful beams like going through the walls. Like, I'm not sure what he's getting at here, and I really hate that cutoff. But 5G was supposed to do the same thing. I remember people having a fucking meltdown over 5G when those towers were going up. What was that, 4 years ago, 5 years ago? And all the conspiracies online and all the waves, man, it can come through your house, man. They can use it for radar and see inside your home, man. And listen, maybe they can, but so far, be that as it may, do we not all still have to go to work? Are people not still worrying about the same shit they were worrying about before 5G while it was being installed? Right? Are people still not having the same fun? Like, we can still go out and do things and live our lives. We really can. This is where it comes down to saying life, this reality is a simulation, because it's what you are making of it. That's molding your experience. If you are consuming this kind of content, but you're consuming it not from an objective way, which I preach 24/7 here, and from a neutral stance, be aware, be however educated you want to be about it. But to live in fear and to get worked up, the same with politics, all that kind of stuff, to buy in to that emotional manipulation and all the fear tactics and constantly being scared and worried. And now you're not going to go do this. We're not going to go do that. Like, living like that because of this stuff, that is not healthy. And while you are doing that, or I am doing that, there are millions of people out there thriving, enjoying life, and this is not slowing them down. It has not been slowing them down, and spoiler alert, in the future it will not slow them down. And some of you might be screaming at your phone or TV right now, calling me crazy, saying I'll be the one enslaved and whatever else. And yeah, maybe you are right and I am wrong, and as I said, that's fine. If I'm wrong and that ends up happening to me, well, that was fate, I suppose. But I'm just not buying into this. I need to know a little bit more about it, because 5G, from the conspiracy angle, was a giant flop. As always, please comment, let me know, what is your take on this? Is there information, good sources, viable information about 6G I should be looking at?
So there have been some space weather events that absolutely warrant concern as of late. You have had multiple meteors that have entered Earth's atmosphere and exploded, and fragments have even impacted homes. And this is not normal. About 3 weeks ago in Germany, we had a meteorite that entered Earth's atmosphere, streaked across some countries in Europe, and made impact on a home in Germany. Then we had Ohio. That caused a massive sonic boom. People reported that a wave of energy even went through them when that occurred. And again, fragments that came down and made impact. You also can add on to that Michigan, Texas, California, Oregon. This is not normal. It's not normal, all within a 3-week time span. And, funding has been cut to the people who do these near Earth object watches. And
I mean, hold on though. That she lost me on that one, dude. Bro, this cannot be a funding issue as to why they didn't see any of these objects. I'm going to go ahead and be honest with you. I am going to be overly stubborn and opinionated here. I would have to be in the office looking at the damn receipts to believe this was all these objects were completely just missed because of a funding issue. Like, there's just always some excuse. You know what I'm saying.
the reporting is just not on par right now. So
Never is.
who knows what's really going on? What do they know that we need to know? What don't they know that they should know that we need to know? Something is going on. It's not normal.
Last weekend, a meteorite was seen throughout northwestern Europe. Various images captured the fireball that made its way across Belgium, France, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, and Germany. The glowing meteorite broke into pieces. One fragment smashed into the roof of a house in western Germany.
Seen in several states, a 7-ton meteor shooting across the sky. The sonic boom heard over multiple states.
I said this, I'm pretty sure, in a previous video too. How do they know the size? How do you not see any of this stuff coming? You have no idea. We're just walking around. What was that damn movie with Sandra Bullock? I'm not even going to say the names and we'll mess it all up. But the one where she was in a blindfold the whole movie and couldn't say shit. Whatever the name of that movie was, that's NASA basically, just walking around. Oh yeah, what objects? Oh wow! Suddenly the object explodes over a state, impacts the fragments, impact the house, and all of a sudden they're like, oh well, no, this was a 7.5-ton meteorite. It came in from this angle and this trajectory at this degree, came from this part of the galaxy, flew all the way here, going 75,000.445772 squared miles per hour. Like, bro, shut the fuck up, man. How do they know nothing? And then all of the sudden, after the event, they know everything. That for me is it's so aggravating. But let me ask, for real, is this me being completely unreasonable? Seriously, is that completely unreasonable to feel and think that way? And if so, would you please correct me then? What am I missing? And why is that the case? Like, 9 times out of 10. How? But we have all this great technology, and now we're going back to the moon, and we're building a moon base. And they can tell us about all the planets, stars, everything. They can give us great detail about these bodies, celestial bodies that are millions of light years away. No.
The meteor 6 feet in diameter, the ground shaking.
The asteroid bursting through the Earth's atmosphere, sending loud sonic booms, rattling homes from Ohio to Kentucky. The blast so powerful it shook the ground, the rumbling registering on a seismograph.
We're not sure what it would be.
NASA says the meteor, nearly 6 feet in diameter, weighing roughly 7 tons, lit up the sky. It was even spotted by a NOAA satellite in space.
This ball of fire streaking across the night sky. The latest in a string of stellar sightings seen here overnight in California. Whoa. And Space City living up to its name. With this one Saturday afternoon in Houston.
That's where it came in at.
Part of it crashing through this woman's roof.
It's very rare because the Earth has such a thick atmosphere that particle, that object actually makes it all the way down to the ground.
It's so rare that it happened a couple of times over a very small window. That's how rare it is, buddy. I know this is a couple of weeks old at this point, and a lot of people, they have the memory of a goldfish and they tend to move on quickly, but is this really that abnormal? Are we overreacting? As always, I'm gonna ask you gotta leave me a comment. I want to know what you think. I don't think it's that normal per se. in such a small window of time. Now, had we had a heads up, had they have given us some other wonderful excuse with their infinite wisdom, NASA, you know, the government, whatever, I might have been a little more forgiving, but something with these sightings, something is, I'm in that camp. It's off. It doesn't quite align with how rare these events really are, but then you get 5, 6, 10 events over the course of, you know, a couple of weeks. No big deal. No big deal. It's just super rare. It'll be done and over with very quickly. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we overreact. This is where we can't get too overly fearful. We can't get too worked up and not look at, you know, logical perspectives, which is what I also do sometimes, unfortunately. You got to let me know, comment, let me know your thoughts on this. This clip is awesome.
And it was fucking bullshit because everyone's telling you I was fucking
you
wrong.
showed me.
Yeah. So fucking explain to me. Here you go. The guy's getting off the rocket ship. Who the fuck is filming him? Who's filming him?
A guy?
How'd the fucking guy get up there if this is the first guy supposed to be on the fucking moon? A different rocket ship?
I don't know.
So they sent the rocket shit up there. He got off and he's like, all right, come on up now. I'm ready to fucking film. Are you fucking
in the
serious?
same rocket ship?
He's supposed to be the first guy on the moon. It's bullshit. The car. How the fuck did the car fit in that rocket ship? Look, how did that car fit in the rocket ship?
I don't know.
Okay, right. More bullshit. Then the guy's floating around with a big fucking cord to his stomach, and they're telling you that's his fucking, life support. Was it fucking feeding him through the fucking tube like a baby? They're bouncing around like a fucking jerk off. Yeah, watch. Let me show you. There it goes. Bye-bye. You know what? I'm gonna stay behind. You guys go back to Earth. I'll fucking die up here. And how the fuck did he get the film back to Earth? Yeah, look, the fake fucking parachute. Hey, we're home now. What happened to the guy back on the moon? They just left him?
I guess.
Yeah, everyone guesses they don't have any fucking facts. Bullshit. And it was
Fun fact, I've heard that type of elevation before many times in my life emotionally, but it was usually as we were departing my grandmother's house, and it was over who was taking home the most leftovers, which is really also ridiculous, but very true. That is funny. And I saw recently where I had never seen this before. I had no idea. I've always wanted the same things. And this is a testament to me not seeking out the information, or maybe it was just new information. I'm going to go with it could have been user error, this guy, but allegedly the rover folded up. It was like totally folded up and nice and like tight and compact. And also allegedly the camera was mounted on some kind of an arm or some shit. So whenever the capsule landed, whoop, that arm was way out, you know, and the camera was facing back at the capsule so it could capture them. And the departure that allegedly I saw was live streamed back to Earth. That's a little bit, I think, much. Also, I mean, the president did use a landline to talk to the astronauts while they were running around the moon. I mean, so shit, I guess anything's possible.
Guys, this is how we're gonna start the video out. Okay, guys, we're going to get food. We're gonna leave you guys on this night vision camera. See if anything paranormal happens while we're getting food. Okay, guys, this is our room 1826. We're now on the outside. I just left the night vision camera in there. Look at these hallways. It's kind of creepy.
Clean your lens, man.
I don't know what these are. This is not the hotel. I don't know why I'm showing you guys this. Do you guys want to walk down 18 floors? You want to race? I'll go down the stairs. Do you guys think we could find the light switch to that and investigate over here later? I don't know where I'll see you guys next, but we'll probably be somewhere in the hotel. Did you guys catch anything? Is this how we're going to start the video out?
You know, I was hoping for a little more, but this is a great time to bring back up. I mentioned this multiple videos back. The ticks, the little knocking, things like that. Like, do you experience that in your house? Or have you lived somewhere where you experienced past tense that? Is that normal? Am I making up also that that's not, like, if you're in a house, whether you are in the house and you are just sitting on the couch, or you're in your bedroom just chilling, whatever, like, again, I get that houses make noise, Sure, man. Some wood, some settling, whatever. Okay, great. But little ticks and taps and creaks and things, like, as far as I'm concerned, that shouldn't be taking place. So, and I'm asking for a friend. No, I'm kidding. The friend is me, because I've heard this a lot. Like, I've recorded shit myself and heard the same thing, like stuff that you would think shouldn't be taking place. You know what I'm saying? Comment, let me know. You know what to do. Please and thank you.
So what if I told you that the moon is inside the atmosphere? What if I told you that NASA just recently did that study right here?
I saw that.
According to new study based on observations by ESA, NASA. Interesting.
This is also not like brand new. This is at least a year and a half, maybe even 2 years old, that I saw that, where they came out and said that Earth's atmosphere does in fact extend a little ways past the moon. So technically speaking, the moon is not in space.
Here's another image. This image you see here was taken back in 1976 by Apollo 16. So technically, they didn't even come out with the news until now, but they knew almost 50 years ago. Here's even more stuff back in 1984. Yet when you Google how far to the end of Earth's atmosphere, it says it's only 62 miles. But as I just shown you, NASA even highly disagrees with that. So when I hear people who believe in the globe put down flat earthers for saying y'all need to stop with not expanding your technology mind because it's slowing down the world and stuff, well, maybe you need to be going after Google and everything as well to sit there and say, please start putting in the truth to things and stop allowing silly images like this and start allowing the truth to come out. Because even NASA says that it's true. So what actually happens in true space? We don't know. Satellites have apparently gone there, but humans definitely never have. They've only gone to the moon on the Apollo missions. In fact, even Neil Tyson will sit there and tell you that even the International Space Station, that's about 250 miles away, has only been in low Earth orbit, and none of those astronauts go into space. And he'll sit there and tell you that the only ones have been on the Apollo missions to the moon. But the truth of the matter is, well, they haven't even been to true space. So, will Elon make it there one day or not? What do you think?
Yeah, what do you think? This is why people like myself exist. I believe it was yesterday I was making a joke in the video. I said the only difference between the conspiracy theory and the truth is about 6 to 9 months. That wasn't my joke. I heard that a long time ago. But it's true, man. Like, if you give it enough time, new facts, information will come out, which is fine and acceptable as it should. Sure, sure, sure. But again, like some of these agencies, how do you not already know this? Like 20, 30 years ago. When I was in school, how was I taught the moon was in space? The budgeting. Oh, well, the money. Oh, well, it takes money to our government, which owns NASA, basically, I think is a pretty fair statement to say. They own a money printer, literally. I don't understand, like, what that's it. For me, selfishly, because I said it, case closed, man. That's it. That's it. We're done. That's a wrap. Go home. Take a lunch break. Go feed your dog. They own a money printer and they use it for everything. They control and have their hands in everything. So a matter of money, and then you could say, oh, well, it's just not, justified to spend this kind of money. Bullshit. Then why are we still doing it? Then why are we just now going to send people back to the moon, allegedly? By the way, 2 days left until that launch. Is it going to happen? Or will there be bad weather, more meteors, someone's house is too dusty, someone's vacuum cleaner stopped working, a gang of raccoons was spotted, inside the NASA perimeter by the launch pad, had to wait for the raccoons to leave? What excuse are we going to get? Are we going to get one? Will I end up being incorrect? And will this launch take place successfully to slingshot these astronauts around the moon? Buddy, I can't wait. I'm kind of serious. I'm jonesing to see what happens on Wednesday. I saw this again, year and a half ago, at least, maybe 2 years ago, where this kind of came out, and it caught my eye back then, and I kind of forgot about it. So it's good to kind of revisit this. So the moon is allegedly, technically not in space because the Earth's atmosphere, albeit very thin, very small amount of Earth's atmosphere, extends and engulfs the moon. Let me know your thoughts on it. With that said, I am out of here. I enjoyed those videos. I hope you enjoyed those videos. Thank you so much for joining. If you made it all the way through, you're a hero. You are a champion. Mwah. Thank you so much. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Please come back and see me. And enjoy your Monday night, man. I'll see you on the next one.